I want to welcome everybody into the webinar today. I have about an hour to get through everything here today. I have a lot to go over here. I'm going to try to go slow, but you'll want to take some good notes as we're going through here. A lot of great things to go over here. So basically today, what I want to do is I want to start talking to you today about the Forex market. So what I'm going to do is start with a quick introduction of who Market Traders Institute is. We'll take a quick minute, give you an overview of what the Forex market is for those of you who are brand new. And then I'm going to take you into the actual live market. I'm going to walk you through, kind of give you an overview of how we're going to teach you how to trade in the Forex market. Then we will be going into the Forex market live. I will be showing you at least one opportunity that I'm looking at right now. And I'm also going to show you our home run opportunity that we have going on tonight. It's called the Euro Pivot Point Trading Prediction. I'll go over that here in a second. Now, the best thing about all this is that those of you that have been in these webinars before, we actually have a special going on. I actually went to bat for everybody here today. I was able to get this approved. We actually had a Labor Day special going on over the weekend. I'm actually able to do it and offer to Investor Inspiration here today, where literally you can get everything that I'm showing you here today. Go for it, take it for a test drive for the next 2 weeks for less than $1 a day. So if you have any interest in anything that I'm showing you here today, I'll send out a link at the end of the webinar, but at any point throughout the webinar, go ahead and type a phone number into the questions box. We can reach out to you after the webinar, give you the full information of how you can take this for a test drive for the next 14 days here. Now, as I mentioned, the special about this is that tonight we have a special webinar going on. We actually just launched a new prediction. It's called the Euro Pivot Point Prediction. If you're brand new, you're going to want to write this down. Now, for those of you that right now, you may have heard of this before. If you haven't, we have a webinar going on tonight. I'll give you a sneak preview of this prediction here today. But for right now, just write this down. Write down Euro Pivot Point Prediction and write down 6,000 pips. I know many of you in the webinar right now, you don't know what a pip is. I'm going to explain to you here in just a second. But on a standard lot investment, this is going to be an opportunity for $60,000 potential. And I'll give you a sneak preview here tonight, show you why this is a home run opportunity, show you why you want to be in that live session here tonight. But just like I said, at any point throughout the webinar here today, if you'd like to get the information of how you can get into this live webinar tonight, I can send you out the link, or at any point throughout the webinar, type a good phone number into the questions box. We'll give you the full information here. Now, what makes this unique is that typically we set these live sessions aside for our more experienced students. I had to go to bat for you guys. I'm able to get you guys in tonight, but you're going to have to take some action tonight. Let me know you're interested in that by typing in a phone number or clicking on the link at the end of the webinar. And I'll go over all this with you here. Like I said, give you a sneak preview of one of the two currency pairs here in just a couple seconds here. Now, for those of you who are brand new, Market Traders Institute, we are an education institute. We are here to teach you how to trade the Forex market. We have a premier education program. We also have state-of-the-art trading software. I'm about to demonstrate some of that software for you here in just a couple minutes. One of the things you might want to write down, though, is that we are not a broker. People often get confused. I think that Market Traders is a broker. Fact is, you can use any broker that you want to. And in fact, if you don't have a broker set up, once again, type a good phone number into the questions box. I'll have an education specialist reach out to you after the webinar. They can give you all the information of some of the brokers that our students use in here. Now, one of the things I want to mention to everybody is that we have a lot going on here. We have 200 employees. We have a state-of-the-art training facility. Some of you in the webinar today can actually come to our offices here, our corporate office here in Central Florida, get trained live by our experts. Those of you that take advantage of this trial, you're welcome to take advantage of that as well. One thing I want to note, though, is that for the last 4 years, we've gone through some growth. The last 4 years, we actually have been ranked on Inc. magazine's fastest growing private company. So to be ranked on this list for 4 years in a row, we consider this a huge and tremendous honor. So you have a little bit about me from Renee. Now you know a little bit about Market Traders Institute. Before we actually start talking about the Forex market, what I want to know now is I want to know about from each of you right now. I want to know what your level of experience in the Forex market is. So if everybody could please quickly go into the questions box. And if you were to rank your experience in the Forex market on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being you are brand new to this market and 10 being you're already a Forex expert, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Go ahead, let me get an idea of who I have with me here in the room. This will help dictate how the webinar is going to go today. And if I have a lot of experienced people, I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining everything. And so far, wow, I got everybody here so far. Catherine's a 1, Vicky's a 1, Henry's a 1, Peter's a 1, Guillermo's a 1, Kevin's a 1, and Paul is a 1 as well. Yeah, Beatrice says she's a level 1 interested in stocks. Yeah, those of you that are stock and options traders, you'll appreciate this as well as Mike. So it looks like most of you that have responded, pretty much everyone except for Tom. Tom's a 6. Looks like everybody has responded being a 1. And for those of you who are brand new, or like those like Beatrice, that you've never started trading the Forex, the neat thing about this program is that we'll be able to help you. We'll take you by the hand and step by step get you up to speed in this market. Now, those of you that do have some experience like Tom, you're going to take away a nugget or two today as well, because I'm actually about to pull up my charts. We're actually going to go into the market. I'm actually going to give you a sneak preview. I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you how we teach our students how to successfully trade in this market. So basically, before we begin, let me just do a quick housekeeping item before I actually pull up my charts here. Basically, we just ask that you trade responsibly as you're going along. We ask that you don't invest money that you can't afford to lose. Always trade with proper equity management in mind. We're actually going to be talking about that here today. Now, it is also highly recommended that you go through a complete education in its entirety and you begin trading as an educated and knowledgeable trader. Now, probably the most important thing here today is that please be advised that anything I'm about to share with you, I'm about to pull up my charts. We're about to go into the live market. I'm actually going to walk you through several trade examples. I'm going to teach you a couple trading strategies. We might even have time today to look at some of the trades that I'm looking at right now. Now, having said all this, we do ask that you trade responsibly and you do not take this as actual investment advice here. So now I have an idea of who you are. You have an idea of who I am. You have an idea of who Market Traders Institute is. Like I said, we'll be here for about, 45 more minutes or so. Stick with me till the end of this presentation because I'm going to give each of you the opportunity to come on board today risk-free. Like I said, we have that special promo going on here today. If you have any interest in what I'm showing you here, just simply go into the questions box, type a good phone number, or just ask me to send the link to it. I'll send you out a link where you can take everything I'm showing you here today for a test drive for the next 14 days. The special that is only for this webinar. I was able to go back for you guys and get that here. Now, for all my brand new people here today, John, Catherine, Vicky, Henry here, let me just take a quick minute here. Let me get everybody up to speed on what the Forex market is. Now, my more advanced people here, Tom, Casey, Robert, bear with me here just a minute. Let me get everybody up to speed. I promise we'll pull up the charts here in just a second. So for all my brand new people here, let me explain to you why I trade the Forex market. The reason is because the Forex market has major advantages over other markets, like the stock market, options market, and the futures market. So reason number one is because the Forex market is the most liquid market in the world. Now, this liquidity, all it simply means is that you can enter and exit the market anytime you want to. The reason for this is there's always going to be buyers, there's always going to be sellers in this market. So you won't ever be stuck holding onto a trade. That's one of the neat things about the Forex market is that literally with a click of your mouse, you can be in and out of this market very quickly. We can show you how to do that. Reason number two I trade this market is because it's the most flexible market. Write this down. The Forex market is open 24 hours a day. It opens up here in the United States at 5 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, and then it's open all night, all day, every day until Friday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So if you're taking notes, write down the Forex market is open around the clock 24 hours a day. So the reason I mention this is that I like the fact that I can trade the Forex market whenever it's convenient for me. I can trade during normal business hours, trade at night, trade one of my favorite sessions called the London Daybreak Strategy. And the neat thing about this is that you can trade this market whenever it's convenient for you. You don't have to quit your full-time job to start trading in this market. There's going to be plenty of time around the clock to actually trade in this market. Reason number three that I focus on the Forex market is because it's the largest market. As you can see here, more money trades hands each and every day in the Forex market than any other market that's out there. In fact, there's over $5 trillion traded each and every single day in the Forex market. Then reason number four that I trade the Forex market, it's because it allows me to focus. Because with stock and options, those of you like Beatrice, if you trade stocks and options, you already know there are hundreds, there are thousands of companies you can watch and trade in the stock market. Here in the Forex market, we're going to teach you that we're really going to only focus on 8 different currencies. We're going to focus on the US dollar, the euro, the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar, the Canadian dollar, Great British pound, Swiss franc, and the New Zealand dollar. Now, these currencies are going to form what are called currency pairs. When you become a student here, when I pull up my charts, you're going to see that we're going to teach you to pay attention to only 21 of these currency pairs. So the Forex market, it keeps you really, really focused. So this is kind of an overview of why I trade the Forex market, because to me, it's the easiest market to follow. It's the most predictable market. And I'm about to right now pull up my charts and show you why it's the most visual market that's out there. I'm actually taking you behind the scenes today, show you exactly how we teach our students and why our students are successfully trading in this market here. So like I said, at any point throughout the webinar, if you have any interest in learning how to do this here, if you want to learn how to do this, we have that special going on here today for less than $1 a day. We can put all these tools in your hands, the full education, everything I'm about to show you here today. Get this in your hands, take it for the next 14 days, see if this is for you. So let's go ahead into the live market now. Let me go ahead and pull up my charts. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. If everybody can do me a huge favor though, if you can go ahead into the questions box right now. If you see the 7 charts I pulled up on my screen, type the letter Y, type the word yes. Just let me know everybody's on the same page here. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water and we'll take you behind the scenes, show you how we're gonna teach you how to analyze this market. Okay, great. I appreciate it. Thank you, Robert, Catherine here. Casey, Guillermo, yeah, anybody that, like, I got people here saying, please send me the link. I'll send that link out right now. Here, let me click on that link. Let me send that out to everybody right now. Yeah, so you don't have to wait till the end of the webinar. Right now, if you want to go ahead and register for this program to take this for a test drive for the next 14 days, I just sent the link out there. Luke Kovanov, Spencer, Derek, Michael. If you want that link and you didn't get it, just send me a message here and I'll send it out to everybody right now. So thank you, Kevin, Vicky, Myron. Great. So let's go ahead. Let's get started here. Now, the charting software I just pulled up right here, this is our proprietary charting software. It's called the Ultimate Charting Software. We've actually created our own charting software. We actually have invested $1 million into this charting software. This is actually the charting software we're going to utilize and trade with each and every single day when you become a student here. Now, I'm going to demonstrate most of the presentation here on this charting platform. But when you become a student today, you're also going to get our web-based platform. It's called Smart Trader. I'll actually pull that up as well. The neat thing about Smart Trader is that it's a web-based platform, meaning that you can take it with you and take your trades on the go as you're going along here. So let's go ahead. Let's go into the charts. And let me just give a quick overview. Let me explain to everybody what we're looking at right here. If you look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen up here, you're going to see it says AUD USD. This is the Australian dollar US dollar currency pair. So in essence, what we're doing in this market is we're trading one country's currency against another in an attempt to figure out which one's going to gain in value against the other. Basically, if you've been to a currency exchange in the mall or the airport, this is just a more advanced version of that. We're trading one country's currency against another. Over here on the right-hand side of my screen is the price action on the chart. Down below is time. So effectively, we're looking at price over time. Now, for my brand new people, these little rectangles you see in the screen right here, these are called Japanese candlesticks. What you're looking at is called a candlestick chart. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail today, explain to you everything about candlesticks. When you go through that test drive here today, you will get to know everything. We will teach you everything you need to know about candlesticks. But all you really need to know for the webinar is that the white candlesticks mean the market's going up, and the dark blue means the market is going down. The other thing you need to know is that they measure what the market has done in whatever time frame you select on your chart. So if you come back up here to the top left-hand corner of my screen, this says 1 day. So what that means is that each one of these candlesticks, it represents what the market has done in 1 day of trading. And the thing about our charting platform is you can come in here and you can customize this. You can trade on a 5-minute time frame, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, daily, weekly. I'm actually going to show you a couple of different currency pairs on different time frames here today. Now, like I said, I'm not going to talk about candlesticks here today. When you become a student, I promise you, when you go through that test drive, we will teach you everything you need to know about them. But one of the things you're going to learn, this is important for the presentation today, is that these candlesticks, they form what are called candlestick formations. We look at these candlestick formations as the sign language of the market. We're going to teach you how to identify them. Now, this candlestick formation down here, what this is telling me, Robert, KC, Beatrice, Vicky, Lucinoff, Kevin, look for this market to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement. This candlestick formation right here, this is telling me Guillermo, Mike, Paul, John, Myron, look for the market to U-turn and go downward in a bearish movement here. Now, like I said, I'm not going to talk a lot about these here today, but when you become a student today, when you go through that test drive, we'll teach you how to identify these candlestick formations. I promise you, you will become a subject matter expert on them. Now, the neat thing about this, Casey and Robert asking, this is our proprietary charting software. It's called the Ultimate Charting Software. You'll get access to that here today. Now, built into our charting platform, we actually have some exclusive features. We actually have candlestick tools that are built into the charting platform. I'll demonstrate that for you here in just a little bit as well. Now, one of the things I want everybody to note is that when you go through this test drive, when you become a student, we're going to teach you everything that you do in this market. We are not going to guess this market. We're not simply just going to guess where the market's going, where to get in, where to get out. We're going to be teaching you rules-based trading education and strategies. Every move that we make in this market is going to be based off of a trading rule. It's going to be based off of trading strategy, and it's also going to be based off the trading education that we're going to teach you. I'm just kind of giving you a sneak preview of that here today. Now, one of the strategies you're going to learn is that we would look to buy into the market off of this U-turn right here. We would then look to hold our position and then sell our position when the market begins to U-turn and go down. So if I come up here to the top of my screen, click on the ruler tool, and I measure from where we would buy into the market to where we would exit, where we would sell our position right here. Let me see if I can go ahead and click on that. But anyway, I'll click on this and I'll just hold it. I'll click on it and hold it. So everybody can look, if everybody can look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, it's gonna give me the full trade information on this trade. It's gonna give me the time, and where it says range, next to where it says range, it says pips. And the bars are the amount of candlesticks that are on this trade here. So on this trade right here, we would have captured 495 pips, plus 495 pips. Now, I know a lot of you are brand new. Some of you might be saying right here, some of you might be saying, what's a pip? So let me quickly explain to you. Our goal in this market, our goal is to capture pips. Some of you are brand new, you don't know what a pip is. Let me quickly explain that right now. PIP, P-I-P. It is an acronym. It stands for price, interest, point. Let me quickly break this down into the simplest of terms of how a pip works. I'm sure everybody here in the room is familiar, but those of you outside the United States here, there are 100 pennies. There are 100 cents in $1 US. So what that means is that 1 penny, 1 cent equals 1/100th of a US dollar. Now, if we were looking for a unit of measure that is smaller than a penny, it would be equivalent to what is called a pip. Just as there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, there are 100 pips in 1 US penny, 1 US cent. So what that means is that 1 pip, it equals 1/100th of a penny, 1/100th of a cent. So if I were to draw out a number right now, 1.3768. We'll make this big. Let's make this nice and big for everybody to see. There we go. Everybody probably is already aware that the first two numbers past the decimal point, these are the pennies, these are the cents. In the Forex market, let me make this a little bit bigger for everybody. There we go. Now, these next two numbers past the pennies, these are the numbers we start looking at in the Forex market. These are the pips. This is where we're going to start looking at in the market. Once again, I know this is just a very basic high-level overview of this. I promise you, when you go through that test drive, you're going to learn all about pips. You're going to learn about everything here. I just want to kind of get everybody up to speed here. Now, one of the things everybody needs to know is that in the Forex markets, you can only win or lose pips. So what we need to do now is we need to assign a value to those pips based on the trading account size that you're trading here. Now, for my brand new people, you're going to want to write this down, because this is how we actually make money in the Forex market. This is because of leverage. This is going to give us the most buying power in this market here. Now, this leverage is going to be provided to you by your broker. It's going to allow you to place the trade, generate a leveraged return on the pips that you capture. Here in the United States, we trade at a 50-to-1 leverage. If you're outside the United States, ask your broker. It could be 100-to-1, it could be 400-to-1. But here in the United States, we trade at a 50-to-1 leverage. All that simply means is that if we were to invest $20 into a trade, because of that 50-to-1 leverage, our investment's going to act like it's $1,000. Now, I want everybody to write this down. If you don't understand this, write this down very quickly. In this market, we trade in units. These units are called lots. As I'm going through the presentation today, I'm going to be referring to what are called lot sizes. In the Forex market, we have micro lots, we have mini lots, and we have standard lots. Now, the best part about this market is your cost to get involved in a micro lot trade, it's only about a $20 investment from your trading account. Your cost to get involved in a mini lot position, it's only about a $200 investment from your trading account. And your cost to get involved in a standard lot position. Now, a standard lot, that is the standard by which most traders strive to achieve in this market. I'm going to be talking about that here as well, but it's only about a $2,000 investment from your trading account. You're going to learn all about this, my friends, but basically what's happening is that your broker is going to borrow this investment size. This will allow you to place the trade and generate a leveraged return on those pips that you capture. Now, like I said, you can only win or lose pips in this market, so we have to assign a value to it. If you're trading at a micro lot account size, each pip you capture is going to be worth about 10 cents. If you're trading at a mini lot account size, many of you here in the room will start off at the mini account lot size. Each pip is going to be worth about $1. If you're trading at the standard lot account size, each pip you capture is going to be worth about $10. I know I went very quickly through all this. When you go through that test drive today, you're going to learn all about this in much greater detail. But if everybody has this written down, if everybody at least has an understanding of this, let's go back to that trade I just showed you. Let's quickly assign a value to this here. If you're trading at a mini lot account size, your $200 investment at $1 per pip would have generated $490 in profit. If you're trading at the standard lot account size, your $2,000 investment at $10 per pip just generated $4,950 in profit here. So I know I went very quickly here, but I only have a lot to cover here. But does everybody at least have a basic understanding of what I just showed you here? Go ahead, type a Y or yes into the questions box. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. If everybody has a basic understanding of this, I'm gonna pull up another chart. I'm gonna take you behind the scenes and show you how we analyze this market and capture those pips. Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Michael, Paul, Robert, Vicky, Ed here. So let's go ahead and let me pull up another currency pair. And this one I'm pulling up right here. I want everybody to write this one down because I want you to practice on this when you get this charting software downloaded onto your screen here today. If you look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, this is the Euro, EUR, New Zealand dollar, NZD currency pair. It is on a 2-hour time frame, meaning that each one of these candlesticks, it represents what the market has done in 2 hours of trading here. Now, let's start going behind the scenes. What I want to do right now is let's take you behind the scenes and kind of give you a sneak preview of how we're actually going to teach you how to trade in this market, show you how we teach our students how to analyze in this market here. So as an educated trader, there are 3 questions that I want to answer before I even get into the market. Question number 1 is, which direction is the market going? I'm going to show you a strategy here how we can develop an educated opinion as to whether we believe the market's going up or whether it's going down. Question number 2, where and why to get in on the trade. And number 3, where and why to get out. So you want to quickly write these down. So let's go in right now. Let me show you how we're going to teach you how to answer question number 1. What are the strategies you are going to learn? You're going to learn how to use what is called a trend line strategy. I'm going to show you right now how to use a trend line tool. Now, what I want each of you to do when you get this downloaded onto your computer, I want you to come up here to the line tools, click on the trend line, come up here to the top of this trend and draw a trend line just like this. We'll teach you and show you how to do this here. Now, one of the things you're going to learn when you become a student, when you start going through the test drive here today, that 14-day test drive, you're going to learn that the market tends to move in waves. We're going to teach you and show you that the market tends to move in waves. When it's below this trend line, it's going to be waving downward. It's going to be making lower lows and lower highs. Lower lows and lower highs just like this. As it's below this trend line, making these lower lows and lower highs, we refer to this as the sell zone, meaning that I'm going to be looking to take selling positions. So that's one of the neat things about this trend line tool. It's going to help to take some of the fear out of the market, because when we're below the trend line, we're going to be looking to take selling positions in the sell zone. Then the market starts going sideways, and then it starts to rally up. And then it starts making higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs and higher lows, and then it breaks above this trend line. We now refer to that as the buy zone, meaning that I have just developed an educated opinion that I believe the market is now going to be going up. So I am now looking to take buying positions in the market there. So I went very quickly here. I showed you here how to draw a trend line here, but the neat thing about our charting software, we have some unique and proprietary features built into the charting software. We have what are called smart tools. So I want everybody to do this when you get this on your computer set. I want you to practice doing this here. Come up here to these smart tools, and I want you to click on the smart trend line tool. This is something that's exclusive to our charting software. You can then come up here to the beginning of this downtrend and watch this. 1, 2, 3, bam. This exclusive smart trend line tool is going to quickly, accurately, and automatically draw that trend line for me. So the neat thing about this is that this is going to help it make it very quicker to analyze the market, but also it'll give me a second opinion to make sure that I am doing this correctly here. So like I said, we'll teach you how to properly manually draw a trend line, but we have these smart tools that make it quicker and make it easier, make sure you're doing it properly here. We'll teach you and show you how to do that as well. And as far as identifying direction here, I just showed you a very simple strategy. You're going to get a full education. We're going to teach you several strategies here of how you can actually do this here, different directions of how to determine market direction here. So very quickly there, we just answer question number 1. Which direction is the market going here? Now we have to answer questions number 2 and 3. To answer questions number 2 and 3, we're going to use what is called the Fibonacci strategy. I'm going to show you how to use our Fibonacci tool here. Now, as I'm getting this set up right now, let me quickly ask those of you in the room, do I have anybody here in the room today who has never used the Fibonacci strategy? You've never used the Fibonacci tool? Go ahead, type in N, type in no, give me some sort of indication if the Fibonacci tool is brand new to you here, because I don't want to spend a lot of time explaining what it is if everybody has already used it. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of people here saying no. Okay, no worries. I'll go ahead and I'll give you a quick overview here, Beatrice, Peter, Guillermo, Paul. Now, for those of you who have used Fibonacci's, I think you'll agree it's one of the best trading techniques in the entire industry. For those of you who haven't, if this is brand new to you, we're going to teach you this in much greater detail, but all you really need to know that the Fibonacci strategy, it's a man-made mathematical equation. What it's going to do is it's going to give us the opportunity to monitor the wave movements in the markets, to help us to predict where the market is going based on where it has been. So what I want everybody to write down, you'll learn this when you go through that test drive, but what we have found is that the market tends to move in an A, B, C, D pattern. When it's waving up, we're making those higher highs and higher lows. We're looking for it to move in an A, B, C, D pattern. We're going to teach you how to identify this A point and this B point. When you identify this A to B boundary, I want you to come up here to the top of the screen, click on the MTI Fibonacci tool. And then you're going to spread the Fibonacci tool from the A point to the B point, just like this, just like that here. Now, when I spread the Fibonacci tool from the A point to the B point, it produces these colored lines in between the A and B boundary. These are called retracement lines, because what we have found is that in between this A and B boundary, the market has a high probability of pulling back or retracing. We're then going to look for the market to form this C point. The C point is going to be the U-turn in the market. I'm going to show you a strategy of how we can identify that U-turn here in just a minute. But then what we're going to do after that U-turn, after that C point, we're then going to look to identify an opportunity to buy into the market. Now, what we have done here is we have identified, or what we've done is we've color coordinated these retracement lines to the lines above the B level. These lines above the B level are called extension lines. And like a buddy system, red goes to red, blue goes to blue, and green goes to green. The reason these are called extension lines is that after this U-turn, we're going to look for the market to extend upward here. And based on how far back and what colored zone our C point is in, that's going to let us know where our D point. Now, our D is going to be our exit from this trade. This is where we're going to set our limit in our broker's platform to exit this trade here. So let me quickly explain to everybody how this works here. I'm going to go ahead and come in here. Now, this is the red zone right here. Let's say that the market pulls back and forms the U-turn in this red zone right here. The C point's in the red zone, and we find an opportunity to buy into the market after this U-turn. What this is telling me, KC, Catherine, Beatrice, Peter, Guillermo, Paul, we are then going to look to exit our trade at the red extension. Like a buddy system, red goes to red. Now, let's say the market were to pull back and U-turn in this blue retracement zone right here. It forms that C point in the blue retracement zone right here. Oops, hold on. Let me get that down here. What this is now telling me, if the market U-turns in the blue retracement zone, forms that C point, and we find an opportunity to buy into the market, I'm now going to look to set my limit. I'm looking for my D point at the blue. In fact, I'll draw a line right there at the blue extension right here, because like a buddy system, blue goes to blue. We make this very easy to understand. Now, I'm willing to bet that a lot of you here in the room are pretty smart. I'm willing to bet that a lot of you can probably guess this next one right here. So let me get some participation from everybody. I'll make sure everybody understands this here. Let's say the market pulls back and U-turns in the green retracement zone, forms that C point in the green retracement zone, and we find an opportunity to buy into the market after the U-turn. I want everybody to go ahead into the questions box right now. Are we going to look to exit at the red, the blue, or the green extension? Let me see who's getting this here. Let me see who my smart people are here. Yeah, Derek got it. Jeremy got it. Garrett got it. Guillermo got it. Landa did. Jonathan, Nathan, Ryan, Paul, Catherine, Peter. Yeah, Michael, everybody got it. Yeah, we're going to look to exit at the green extension. Like a buddy system, green goes to green. Now, Luke just asked a good question. Luke just said, hey, my Fibonacci's aren't different colors like this. Luke, sign up for that test drive here today. We'll teach you and show you how you can set up your Fibonacci's to be different colors like that. It makes it very easy to understand. So let's go ahead in right now. I'm going very quickly. I promise you, when you go through that test drive, when you become a student, go through that test drive here today, we will teach you in detail everything that you need to know about Fibonacci's. Now, the neat thing about our charting platform is that built into the charting platform, we actually have a tool that's going to do all of this automatically for you. Some of you are asking, how do you identify the A point and B point? We are going to teach you. We'll teach you and show you how to identify that A and B point. We'll teach you and show you how to identify that A and B boundary, but we have a tool that's going to do it all automatically for us here. So I've come back in here to the beginning of that uptrend, and I've identified my A point right here, and here is my B point right there. This candlestick right there is my B point. We'll teach you and show you why this is the A point and why that is the B point right there. Now, like I said, when we identify this A point and B point, I want you to come up here to the Fibonacci tool, click on the MTI Fibonacci tool, and spread the Fibonacci tool from the A point to the B point, just like this. Now, watch what ends up happening in between the A and B boundary. Just like I told you, we're looking for it to pull back. The market pulls back right here into my red retracement zone, comes down here to the top of the red retracement zone, and it gives me this candlestick formation right here. Some of my more experienced people here, KC, those of you that might be a little bit more experienced here, you can let me know what that candlestick formation is here. But what this candlestick formation right here is telling me, this is telling me right here, Michael, Catherine, Paul, Peter, look for this market to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement here. Casey, do you know what this candlestick formation is? But what we're going to look to do is we're going to look to buy into the market right here at the close of this candlestick. Why? Because I believe this market, I have an educated opinion that this market's going to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement here. Okay, so nobody guess what this candlestick formation is. Those of you that are brand new, you're going to learn this candlestick formation is called a piercing line candlestick formation. How do I know? I've been taught how to identify them, but also built into our charting platform, we have these candlestick tools. I want everybody to watch this. If I want confirmation on this, I come up here, click on piercing line. 1, 2, 3, bam. The candlestick turns green, giving me confirmation that this is, in fact, a piercing line candlestick formation. So that's anything built into our charting platform. We have these candlestick tools that are going to help us to identify them as well. So right now, I'm identifying this as being my C point. That's going to be my C point right there. So I'm going to draw a line across right over here, so that everybody can see that my C point is in the red retracement zone. So let me go ahead and let me ask those of you here in the room. Most of you can probably guess or be able to tell me this right here. If we buy into the market at the close of this candlestick, believing the market's going to U-turn, we have an educated opinion the market's going to U-turn and go upward, and my C point is in the red retracement zone, go ahead, type into the questions box right now. Are we going to look to set our limit at the red extension, the blue, or the green? If our C point's in the red retracement zone, go ahead. I'm going to start setting this up right here. Let me see who's getting this here. Yep, Michael got it. Catherine did. Paul, Beatrice, Robert. Yeah, everybody got that right there. Yeah, my limit's going to be right here. We're going to set our limit right here at the red extension. Like a buddy system, red goes there. Yeah, Robert got it, Guillermo got it here. Now watch what ends up happening. I'm gonna go pretty quickly here because I'm gonna show you a couple of examples of this here. We buy into the market on the close of this candlestick, and the market U-turns right off of that candlestick formation here. Then it starts rallying up, starts making higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows until right there, bam, rallies up, triggers my limit. So we are now out of this trade. We triggered our limit, our broker's platform. We're now out of this trade for profit. I come over here to my ruler tool, and I measure from where we bought into the trade to where we exit our trade. If you look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, it's going to give you the full trade information. We captured 154 pips in 26 bars. So this was in the course of about 2 days, 154 pips. So plus 154 pips on a standard lot. If you're trading at a standard lot account size, you just generated about $1,540 in profit in 2 days of trading. Now, I'm going to quickly set up the next trade opportunity. The market rallies up to this point right there. I believe it's right there. And that's going to be my new B. And I'm going to set this up here. But let me quickly, as I'm setting this up right now, let me ask those of you in the room. Right now, in your current financial situation, whether it's your full-time job, whether it's your trading account right now, how many of you are generating these type of returns? Go ahead and type a Y or yes if you are, or N or no if you're not. Let me get some perspective here, proper perspective, see where everybody is here. Yeah, I got a lot of people typing in no. Now, I did get one person here. Derek did say yes. Let me explain to you. You can invest multiple lot sizes here. You invest multiple lot sizes. If you invested 2 standard lots, you would have made $3,000 off of this here. It would go up exponentially here. So let me quickly set this up right now. Let me show you how you set up the next trade opportunity. The market has now rallied up to this point right here. That's going to be my new B point. We delete the previous Fibonacci's. They're no longer valid. And let me bring this down just a little bit right there. And this C point right here becomes my new A. There's my new A point right there. So we delete that. And just like I showed you, we're going to do the exact same thing as what we did on the previous trade. We're going to come in here, spread the Fibonacci tool from the A point to the B point, just like that. Now watch what ends up happening in between the A and B boundary. The market then begins to pull back. The market pulls back into the red retracement zone once again, and then right here gives me this candlestick formation. KC, do you know what that candlestick formation is right there? What for everybody else right here, this candlestick formation, this is the sign language of the market I was telling you. This is telling me Peter, Black, Beatrice, Catherine, Paul, Guillermo, look for this market to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement. So I'm going to buy into the market right there. I'm going to buy into the market right there at the close of that candlestick. Robert got this right. Robert knows what kind of candlestick that is. Yeah, Robert, everybody else in the room, you're going to learn that this is called an engulfing bullish candlestick. You want some confirmation? Come up here, click on bullish engulfing. 3, 2, 1, bam. Candlestick turns green. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll show you how these charts can make this market a lot more visual for you here. So candlestick turns green. Given, let me know it's engulfing bullish candlestick, we're going to buy right there. My C point is right here. I'm going to draw a line just like we did on the previous trade. And I want everybody to understand here. I'm going to keep explaining this to everybody here. I want you to understand that the rules do not change from trade to trade. I need you to understand this. I'll keep bringing this up so you understand that when you see the market starting to do the same things over and over again, we start understanding these patterns, it's going to make it much easier to predict what this market is doing here. So the D point's going to be my exit, which is also going to be my limit right here at the red extension. Why? Red goes to red. Red goes to red. Like a buddy system, red goes to red here. Now, we're going to set this in our broker's platform. This limit is set in our broker's platform to automatically take us out of this trade for profit. But to protect ourselves, we also need to set up a floor on this trade. We set up what's called a stop loss. I don't have a lot of time to talk about this here today, my friends, but this stop loss is going to protect us if the market were to go against us. You're going to learn all about this. You're going to learn all kinds of different strategies of how to set a stop loss, how to protect your risk on these trades. But one of my favorites is to set a stop loss about 10 to 15 pips below this U-turn here. So we can set a stop loss up right about, I think it's right about there. Now you're also going to learn when you go through the full education that we can set the safest place to set our stop loss will be down here below the A. There's a saying you're going to learn. It goes, if the market does not take out the A, the market has no choice but to go our way. What that means is that the market can pull back and wave as much as it wants. But as long as I come back and take out my A, we are going to confidently hold on to our trade, let it rally up to our limit here. Now, before I move forward with this one here, let me get some more feedback here. How many of you feel that this looks like a well thought out trade? How many of you feel that we are using rules-based trading education strategies to successfully analyze this market? Type a Y or yes if you do, or N or no if you don't. Yeah, a lot of you are saying yes, yeah, because we have our entry point based off of the candlestick formation U-turn. My C point is right here in the red retracement zone. Let me know to look for my limit at the red extension, and my stop loss is set up down here. So watch what ends up happening here very quickly. The market U-turns right off of that engulfing bullish candlestick, and it rallies up. right there. Beatrice says, how do we know that we're in a U-turn? Beatrice, candlestick formation, sign language of the market. You're going to learn how to do that right here. And Guillermo, you'll learn how to do that when you go through the test drive here. We'll show you how to analyze your risk on these trades here. I'm kind of giving you a very basic overview, but I promise you, when you go through that test drive, you're going to get full access to this full education here today. So the market U-turns right off that candlestick formation right here, Beatrice. We buy into the market right here. We exit at our limit. Now, very quickly here, on this trade, if we bought at the close of that candlestick and we exit at our limit, if you look in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, we are captured 209 pips in 403 bars, 403 candlesticks. That's 209 pips plus 209 pips on a standard lot. You just generated $2,090 in 2000. I'm sorry, hold on, $2,090 in profits, and that was in about 5 days of trading here. So what I'm going to do right now is let me quickly show you one more version of this here. Let me show you one more way of manually analyzing this, and then I'm going to show you a tool that's going to do this all automatically. I'll show you an opportunity I'm looking at putting this all together. Then I'll show you the home run opportunity that we're looking at with the Euro pivot here. I still have about, looks like I have a little bit more than 15 minutes here. Let's quickly go through here. So we placed 2 trades so far. We're up about 350 pips, about $3,500 over the course of about a week or two. Now, let me quickly set up this next trade. I'm asking for some participation from everybody here. This point here becomes my new B. Let me clean up all this right here. Let me delete that, delete all this, delete the previous Fibonacci's. And my A point is where this C used to be, just like that. And you'll learn all about this here. I know I'm going pretty quickly here. I have a little bit of time here. So there's my new A point and my B point. We come up here to the top of the screen, click on the Fibonacci tool, and we spread the Fibonacci tool from the A to the B, just like that. Now watch what ends up happening, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, here's what we're going to do. I have a minute right now. Let me get some feedback from everybody here, because I'm willing to bet that most of you in the room right now, with just the limited education I've showed you, I'm willing to bet that most of you in the room can probably tell me where we're going to enter into the market, where we're going to buy into the market. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to advance this candlestick by candlestick. When you see an entry to buy into the market, and when you go into the questions box, type in now, type in buy, give me some sort of indication that you see an opportunity to buy. So watch what ends up happening here. In between the A and B boundary, the market pulls back into the red retracement zone. So we're now in the red retracement zone. Does anybody see an opportunity to buy yet? Yep, Mike sees a buy. Travis does. Guillermo, Paul, Samuel, Ryan. Yeah, right there. Green candlestick. Engulfing bullish candlestick. Robert says buy. Look at this. That's my buying. That's right there, Beatrice. Right here is where I'm looking for the U-turn in the market. I have a candlestick formation once again saying, hey, Beatrice, Guillermo, Robert, look, market's U-turning. Look for an entry to buy into the market. So we're going to look to buy into the market right there at the close of that candlestick right there. Now, once again, my C point is going to be right here. There's my C point. I'm going to draw a line across so everybody can see that my C point is in the red retracement zone. That's telling me, like a buddy system, red goes to red to set my D, my exit, my limit right up here. There's my limit right there. So I'm going to quickly advance this here. Watch what ends up happening here. Right off that candlestick formation, the market not only U-turns, it quickly U-turns right off that candlestick formation and then starts rallying up, making those higher highs and higher lows until right about, bam, right there. Triggers my limit. We are now out of this trade. Let me quickly add this one up as well. We buy right here. We exit right there at that limit. 246 pips. If you look at the upper left-hand corner, 246 pips in about 30 bars. So that's about 2 or 3 days of trading here. So I'll just write down 246 pips plus 246 pips. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is let me quickly bring this to the actual live market here. I'm running out of time. We're running out of time here. Robert, we'll teach you about all that here. We'll teach you about setting risk management here. I'm just kind of giving you an overview. If anybody has any interest in doing this here, click on that link that I showed you here. We can give you 2 weeks to take this for a test drive. We're going to learn about all of this in detail here. So let me quickly add this up right there. And let's quickly add this up. Now, this is over the course of about 3 weeks. You just captured 154 pips on that first trade, plus 209, plus 246. There we go. So 609 pips over the course of 3 weeks. So plus 609 pips. If you're trading at a standard lot account size, you just generated about $6,090 in profit. And you know what? That was in 3 weeks. Let's just make that 1 month. We'll say in 1 month. Let's just say you placed 3 trades and you called it a day. Now, the reason I talk about that is, first of all, number one, I just showed you this on one currency pair in one time frame. You're going to learn how to do this on every currency pair. You're also going to learn how to do this on every time frame. The reason why I talk about that is that maybe you place 2 trades on this Euro New Zealand dollar. Maybe you do one on the pound yen. Maybe you do another one on a different time frame. You can do this on multiple time frames and multiple currency pairs. But here's what I want everybody to think about, though. This was just 1 month. What if you did this times 12 months? What if you did this in 1 year? If you were to do this, repeat this month after month after month, and we have students. I'm going to show you students that are doing this here. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I need to find my calculator. Oh, there it is, right there. We have students. I'm going to show you one student that captured 50,000 pips in last year. Now let's add this up here. $6,090 times 12. If you repeat this over the course of a year, you just generated $73,000 in profit. In 1 year. So let me ask those of you in the room right now. I'm about to show you a tool that does all this automatically. I'm going to show you one of my trades I'm looking at right now, and I'll show you a sneak preview of the Euro pivot prediction here. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this here. Would this make a difference in your current financial situation? Are these the type of results you're looking for as a Forex trader? Type a wire yes into the questions box if you'd be happy generating this month after month after month. So I'm going to show you students they're doing well more than this, my friends. Yeah, a lot of you are typing in yes here. Now, I don't have a lot of time here, my friends. I'm going to delete this right here. Let me clean up my charts. Now, what I want to do right now is I showed you the manual way of doing all this. When you take that test drive, when you take the 2-week test drive here, the 14-day test drive, here's what you're going to learn. Built into our charting platform, we have smart tools. We have a smart Fibonacci tool. Watch this. I want everybody to learn how to do this here. Click on the smart Fibonacci tool. Come down here to the beginning of this uptrend and watch this. 1, 2, 3, bam. The smart Fibonacci tool is going to quickly, accurately, and automatically draw your Fibonacci's for you. They're going to automatically find that A, B, points for you. And look at this. Here's that first ABCD swing, the second ABCD swing, the third ABCD swing. Now this is the next one here. This is one that I've been showing you in my webinars here. This is another strategy you're going to learn. You're going to learn about support. You're going to learn about support. You're going to learn about counter trend lines. Now, as you can see here, the market was bouncing off this level of support right here. There's my C point. You're going to learn how to identify this, my friends. There's my C, meaning that my D is going to be right there. Red goes to red. Now the market breaks above this counter trend line and rallied up. It rallied up 243 pips. It then pulls back. We're going to teach you and show you how to draw another counter trend line. The market breaks above that counter trend line. I was showing in my webinars this past week. Look for a buying opportunity on the backside of that counter trend line, and look what ends up happening. Bam. Rallies right up to the red extension. Ladies and gentlemen, that trade opportunity that I've been showing is 332 pips. That was a 332 pip opportunity. Now, I some of you are saying, well, ladies and gentlemen, you're probably saying, well, William, that's already a trade opportunity that's already happened. Here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull up the other charting platform you're going to get access to today. This is our smart trader charting platform. This is our web-based charting platform. Now, when you go through that 14-day test drive, I'm going to send out that link again in just a minute or two for you to take a 14-day test drive for this full education, get access to these tools I'm showing you here. We're going to show you the manual way of how to trade this market. We're going to show you how to use those smart tools. We're also going to show you how you can get access to our online trading room. This is called Analyst on Demand. I don't have a lot of time to go over this here, my friends, but this trade opportunity right here was a trade opportunity that I got right from Analysts on Demand, the analysts from our Analysts on Demand room. So here's what I want everybody to write down. I want you to write this one down. Write down Euro, EUR, US dollar currency pair. This is on the daily time frame. Now, I've already come in here. I've already shown some analysis on here. Can everybody see here? My smart trend line is right there. We have broken above that smart trend line. What is that telling me? What that's telling me here is that within 10 seconds, I've already identified market direction. I already have an educated opinion to look for buying opportunities. So very quickly there, using that, I've already been able to identify the market direction here. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Let me delete that. Now I've come in here with my Fibonacci tool, and I've drawn my Fibonacci's from the A point to the B point. A to B. Now, can everybody see what is happening here? The market has pulled back and pretty much has bounced off the backside of this counter trend line. Now, does anybody see anything unique right here? Green candlestick, green engulfing bullish candlestick right there. What am I looking for now? I'm now looking for an entry to buy into the market. I'm gonna look to buy this up to this point right here, the red extension. Why? Red goes to red here. So this, ladies and gentlemen, right now, based on where the current market up or where it is, this right here is an opportunity for 395 pips, plus 395 pips. So this is a $3,950 potential trade opportunity. Now, I don't have a trade set up right now. That's why I urge you to get into that 14-day test drive that we're giving you access to today. When you get signed up for that test drive, you will be assigned a user ID and a password where you'll be able to get into the Analyst on Demand room, Analyst on Demand, and you can ask the live analyst, ask them, hey, William said that we might have a buying opportunity on the Euro US dollar. They can help you set up this trade right here. So I know I'm going very quickly, my friends. I want to make sure that you get a sneak preview of the Euro prediction webinar before we end the webinar here. I have about a little less than 10 minutes left. So I've showed you here how we're going to teach you how to manually trade the market. We're going to show you smart tools to make it quicker. I showed you a current trade opportunity right out of Analyst on Demand that you can take advantage of here today. When you get access today as well, you're also getting access to 4 different indicators. I don't have time to talk about them here today, but you might want to write this down. Write down Turbo Trader indicator, write down Right Trader. We will go into detail and teach you and show you how to use them as well. But what I want to do right now is I have about 7 minutes left. I want to make sure that everybody gets a sneak preview of the Euro Pivot Point Prediction webinar that you're going to get access to today when you take advantage of the test drive here. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up my charts, and I'm going to show you a sneak preview of one of the 2 currency pairs, and then I'm going to give each of you the opportunity to be in this live session tonight with Josh Martinez here. He's actually going to be giving you a sneak preview of this Euro Pivot Point Prediction. So let's go back into Smart Trader. And let me take a quick minute here and pull up this chart right here. This chart that I pulled up, write this down very quickly. This is the Euro, EUR, Canadian dollar currency pair. It's on a monthly time frame. Let me show you historically what this has done. Historically, over time, if everybody can see that historically over time, every time the market rallies up to this green line, it drops down to this green line. It then, it then rallies up to the green line, and then it drops down to the green line. KC can probably identify what this is. Robert can probably identify what this is. But every time the market rallies up to the green line, it then drops back down to the green line again. We call this channeling. This is called channeling. The market is channeling in between these 2 green lines. Now, the reason I want to talk about this right now, this is why you need to get in that live webinar tonight, is because about a month and a half ago, our analysts here saw that the market had came back up to the green line. So what that's telling us is that we are now looking to trade this down to this green line right here. We're going to look to trade it down. Now, I don't have a lot of time right now, but if you look here, if we were to measure this down to the green line, that's 4,500 pips, plus 4,500 pips. What that means is that off of this currency pair here, there's still $45,000 potential off of this one right here. Now, we're not simply just going to trade it down to the green line. We're going to be using our rules-based education strategies to trade this down in waves. So on this currency pair, there's 4,500 pips of opportunity. On the other currency pair, there's another 2,000 pips of opportunity. So here's what I'm going to do. I have 5 minutes left here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go over all the details about this 14-week trial. But if anybody in the room would like to get information of how you can get into this live session tonight, quickly go into the questions box right now, type a good phone number into the questions box. I'll have an education specialist reach out to you after the webinar, give you the full details, see if you can qualify to be in this live webinar tonight where Josh is going to go over this here. But I need to go very quickly here through the whole thing here with the, in fact, actually, let me go ahead and let me send out the link. I'm going to send out the link one more time very quickly here. Hold on one second. Let me find my chat box. There we go. And let me send this out to everybody right now. If you're ready to get started with the test drive, either type a good phone number into the questions box or click on the link that I'm about to send everybody right now. There we go. So I just sent this out right now to everybody here. So you click on the link for 2 weeks, you get full access here. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we have students here. This student here, Hayward, he's averaging, or actually this student here closed out making 5,000 pips in a week. Dan here, he's averaging 5,500 pips a week for 7 straight weeks. Tom here, he collected 2,080. Now this student right here, Adnan here, is the one I told you about. At the end of last year, he collected 50,000 pips. He's actually captured 50,000 pips using these same strategies that I just showed you right here. So what I'm gonna do right now is let me quickly walk you through here all the details of this proven process you're going to get access to today. It's called the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. When you click on that link that I just sent out, we're going to give you a 14-day test drive to go through the full education. Everything I showed you here today, you'll get access to. You get access to the live class. We have one going on today. We might still be able to get you into that one. The access to the online university, the smart trader charting software, the mentorship, all of this you get access here to today. So once again, you're going to start off by going through a 2-day live class. You have a live professional analyst over the course of 2 days, walking you through the full education, taking you by the hand, teaching you everything you need to know about this here. Now, phase number 2 is going to be access. You're going to get access today to the online university. When you click on that link, sign up for the test drive, you'll get a user ID and a password. You'll be able to log in, start going through all your lessons. I didn't even get a chance to talk about a lot of this, my friends, but you're going to learn about everything and more than what I showed you here today in much greater detail live through our online sessions here. Phase number 3, you get access to the smart trader charting platform that I just showed you here today as well. You're also going to get live mentorship with the actual creator of the program. A 30-year market veteran twice a week will be going live with you, giving you mentorship sessions so you understand the psychological side of trading. And you're also going to get each and every day access to our live analysts, where we're going to be building workspaces for you, mentoring you, coaching you, taking you by the step, take you step by step, and all you have to do is simply follow along. Now, the best thing about everything I'm showing you here today is it is going to be backed by a 60-day guarantee. We will put it in writing that once you go through the 14-day program here, if you choose to move forward with the program, we will give you 60 days risk-free to go through the entire program, take it for a test drive. When you click on the test drive, you'll get all the information about the guarantee here. So if you're to add up everything I'm showing you here, my friends, this is a $14,000 value. All the individual components are a $14,000 value. But like I showed you here today, you're not going to be spending or investing $14,000 in this program. We actually bundle everything together. We put it on our website, markettraders.com. If you go online right now, you can make a one-time payment of $7,995. But as a special bonus here today, this is only for this webinar, it's only for investor inspiration. Here's what we're going to do. I know a lot of you have been in these webinars before. Some of you might be brand new, but here's what we're going to do. For investor inspiration, you can actually get started today for $13.95. We're going to give you a 14-day test drive to put us to the test. So if you have $14 and you are interested in this program, here's what I'm going to do. I have about 3 minutes left here. I'm going to send a link out to everybody here in the room. Go ahead, click on that link, register for the program. Or better yet, if you want more information here, this is our special. This is only for investor inspiration. For 14 days, for less than $1 a day, you'll get full access to the full education I'm showing you here today, everything I showed you, charting software for less than $1 a day. And plus, we'll give you the opportunity to save almost 40% off the cost of the program if you just choose to move forward here. So here's what we're going to do. I have about a minute left. Type your phone number into the questions box or click on that link. When you click on the link, it's going to pull up this page right here. Continue to the checkout here. You go ahead to the checkout, enter all your billing information here, enter all that here, place your order, and you'll be able to get all the information to be able to log right into all this right here. So I have about 1 minute left here. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions, or is there anything else I can help you with before we turn over to the next analyst here? If you want some additional information, Type a phone number into the questions box. We can reach out to you after the webinar, have an education specialist answer any questions you might have, or give us a phone call right now, 407-585-2417.